this year is the 250th year of America. You know, Donald Trump says it's going to be the biggest party like never before. So basically, it's just Babylon's going away party. They know that time is coming where they about to really plummet. That patriotism is dying off. So, you know, it's the 250th year. The altars in Cairo stand 5,700. That's why I said they would testify that the Lord is God. So, you know, the 5 is for the 5th day. The 7 is for the 7th month, July 5th. And then the 76 for the 1976 birth year of the Messiah. So they already know as it's written, you know, it's 1976 to 2026 is 50 years old. That's why it says, and then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? Remember, Yeshua died at 33 in the first coming. So the second coming, the Messiah would live past 50. But when he hit that 50, that's when the Babylon really about to start going through they fall. America really going through its fall. That's why Cardi B had to break up allegedly with Stephon Diggs, because when you understand that whole thing, that whole aspect of the Stephon Diggs with the Patriots, remember he was a Bill, Buffalo Bill, which goes back to the I am that I am, which go back to the Thoth with the Bill. And then you had, remember he was a Minnesota Viking. So, you know, the Minnesota, remember all of the stuff that's happening with Minnesota. Sam Darnold played for Minnesota. All of that's all happening around the same time, which I made a video about the ICE situation with the Renee who was shot in the car. I'll put that in the comment section below. In the first Seattle Seahawks breakdown I did on this. But that's why Bad Bunny was sitting there, you know, doing heavy false identity. Remember he saying Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela. Remember that? And notice how he's clutching that football like he's clutching it. Like he's trying to hold that football. So let's delve deeper into that right quick. See, it's a lot of allegory with Lucy. This is a lot of duality, but I'll break this down the line. But notice how Charlie Brown want to kick that football, and then Lucy always try to make sure he don't kick it, because Lucy just Lucifer in duality, which I'll do this another down the line. But Lucy is just Lucifer. So you see how he's trying to kick the football. Charlie just go to Char, which is just Car, the Kara. So that's just Kara trying to kick the football, because as it's written, he would surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country, bringing the judgment, the nuclear annihilation, the fire judgment from heaven. So that's why he's like, we gonna hold this football. And he's like, yeah, you know, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, you know, Colombia, Cuba, you know, keeping Ephraim in false identities, you know, race baiting. That's why on the movie Highest to Lowest with Denzel and A$AP Rocky, remember A$AP, for those who've seen it, A$AP Rocky was trying to, remember he was trying to get the money from Denzel, like trying to get ransom money. And what he did, remember he set up the baseball game. He knew to get he used that to his advantage, because they didn't know that would be going on when he said, I want to meet up on this specific day. So, you know, he couldn't get to him in time and all of that, you know, to try to hawk down A$AP Rocky at the time, Denzel. But remember, he was using the Puerto Rico parade to try to slow him down. That's what was slowing Denzel down, because Denzel's name was David King on there. You know, as it's written, the Messiah comes through the house of David, and he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So David King being slowed down by false identity Ephraim, Hispanic, Latino identity, looping them. They don't want the sticks to come together. You know what I mean? They fear that exodus happening. So you see how they did that on the movie? That's why he was dancing on top of the car, on top of the truck, because Christ carries the burden. So the truck, you know, that's what it does. It carries loads. They don't want Christ carrying that, removing that burden of Egypt. They want to keep people in false identity, rebellious. And then you see the cornfield behind them, because as it's written in Hosea 10:11,